Hello and welcome to the preview of Day 1 of the Tokyo 2020 Summer Olympic Games. Day 1 will see 23 sports and disciplines in action with a total of 11 gold medals up for grabs. Sports with medals on offer today are highlighted on screen. The medal tally will no longer be empty after today, and hopefully as medal count grows, the number of games-related COVID-19 cases will also start to slow down, as there were an additional 16 cases in the past day, including 3 athletes. The first medal on offer for archery will be for an event making its Olympic debut, the mixed teams event. There are 16 pairs seeded into a knockout bracket, with the first round starting at 9:30 AM Tokyo local time and medal rounds later in the afternoon. Korea qualified as the number 1 seed by virtue of topping the rankings in both the men's and women's individual ranking round yesterday. They will take on 16th seed Bangladesh in the first round on their way to what might be another clean sweep of the archery competition. It's the men's qualification round in artistic gymnastics, with the top 8 athletes for each of the 6 apparatus advancing to their respective finals to be held next week, while the top 24 all-around athletes and top 8 teams will advance to the individual and team all-around finals. Teams and individual athletes will be split into one of 3 sessions. It is a similar story with equestrian, but for the dressage event, with the top 18 riders and top teams progressing to the final. Badminton and beach volleyball will see their first set of matches in the preliminary group stages, while athletes in boxing, table tennis and tennis will also get their Olympic campaigns underway with the first round of matches in the knockout format for all 3 of these sports. We will look into these sports in more detail once they reach the latter stages of the knockout rounds. The repechage races for rowing begin at 8:30 AM today for events which held their heats yesterday. Losers from the repechage races will be eliminated from medal contention, and therefore the bottom place finishers in the 8 AM women's single sculls repechage race will become the first athletes to be eliminated from medal contention at these games. However, they won't be packing their bags just yet, as they will continue to race in a series of classification races throughout the week. The swimming competition reverts to the format used for Beijing 2008, where heats are held in the evening and finals are held in the morning. Generally in swimming meets, these sessions are reversed, but this format is used to capture the greatest possible audience in North America. This format means there will be no medals on offer for swimming today. Basketball 3-on-3 will be making its Olympic debut today, with 8 teams playing in a single round-robin group in both the men's and women's events. The top 6 teams will progress to the quarterfinals, with top 2 receiving byes to the semi-finals. Serbia is the most successful team in the men's draw, having won 4 out of 6 World Cups held so far, but there are no clear favourites in the women's draw. The United States will be looking to bounce back in women's football against a much easier opponent today in New Zealand, after Sweden ended their 44-game unbeaten run in the first round of matches a few days ago. World champions Denmark get their handball campaign underway against hosts Japan, who are possibly the weakest team in the competition. The top 4 from each group will progress to the quarterfinals. Hosts Japan kick off the men's hockey tournament against the number 1 ranked Kookaburras at 9 AM Tokyo time, but the match of the day will definitely be between the current World Cup champions Belgium and runners-up in that tournament, the Netherlands. The women also feature today with 2 matches. Australia and Canada meet today in softball in a must-win game for both teams. The loser will almost certainly say goodbye to a gold or silver medal. With Venezuela and Tunisia being the only teams from outside the top 12 in the men's volleyball world rankings, expect most of the matches in this tournament to be exciting. World champions in women's water polo, the United States, and runners-up Spain should get their campaigns off with the wins today against much weaker opponents. At 11 a.m. we will see the longest event in the Olympic program, the men's cycling road race, begin. Riders will tackle a challenging 234-kilometre route which will take them up parts of Mount Fuji and around the Fuji Speedway, a famous Formula One track. Expect to see the race finish after roughly 6 hours, but that will depend on some tactics and possibly weather as well. There are 2 medals up for grabs in fencing with the women's épée and men's sabre, with both competitions using a knockout system. Similarly, judo and taekwondo will see 2 events each awarding medals today, and also using that knockout system. However, athletes beaten by the 2 finalists will get a chance of claiming one of 2 bronze medals on offer for each event through repechage bouts. The first medal to be won at Tokyo 2020 will be from the women's 10-metre air rifle event, with the medal session getting underway at 10:45 a.m. And the men will also get a shot at the medals in the 10-metre air pistol in the afternoon. Last but not least, today we have the women's 49-kilo event in weightlifting, with the medalist most likely coming from Group A, who will be on in the afternoon. Hope you enjoy the first day of action at Tokyo 2020, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to be notified when we publish our preview of Day 2, where 18 gold medals are up for grabs.